Welcome to Legit Heat, home of the East Providence Later Gators. I'm your host, Jimmy Luca.
I am the Scotty Mac.
I'm LA Knight.
L.A. Knight.
Yo,
Yeah.
did they add a little bit of oomph to LA Knight's entrance music?
I think they did.
They did,
added,
right?
They added some bass to that bitch. I can tell you that right now.
Only a fucking Mark would know that.
Right.
That, like, who notices shit like that? I wonder if there's other, we'll start it off like this, like a relatable thing. I wonder if there's any other wrestling fans out there who do that. Like, notice little
when they change the
updates
music.
in the music.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no. I'm
Yeah,
one of those, bro. On Monday when Tommaso Ciampa came back and he came back with his NXT music, I almost cried.
You know what got me excited about the LA Knight little update is I feel like it happened right as this push is happening.
I'm telling you, that's why I'm aiming for him
so.
to win.
Right?
fucking
Is that,
Money in the
I
Bank.
feel like that's when you heard the little oomph in the entrance music. There's a little bit of bass in there.
See? They put some bass for me. Because why? Because I'm LA Knight.
This is the
That's the banger of the summer.
That's the old one. I swear they changed
Sorry,
it.
we're having technical
You're
difficulties
good.
here.
Scotty Mac is having technical difficulties.
But we're still live with you.
But we
ladies
are
and
still
gentlemen.
live, and it's not the technical difficulty you're thinking of. My boy is very, very talented. He's just a sexy boy.
I'm just a sexy boy. That's all it is.
Yeah, I mean, look at him. Come on now. I mean, we can't see his face, but
Right, you can't. No, I blacked my eyes this week because I was getting shit for it, so I figured, bring it back. Since we're back to being professionals, I figured I'd step it up a bit. You know?
we really back, man.
Absolutely.
Oh no! The
Shout out to the
people-
great city of East Providence.
Also, if you know, you know.
Yes, if you know, gang. As always, I'm over here. This is the most irrelevant part of Legit Heat you'll ever hear, unless it's relatable to you. There's a little bit of
I'm telling you, there's a lot more bass in
Yeah,
this.
there's a lot more like umps to it. Yes,
Like, yeah.
the drums.
probably the drums.
We're
a little
just
bit more bass.
studying. We're just studying the theme song, one of the greatest megastars to ever live, ladies and
Oh, yeah,
gentlemen.
absolutely.
They updated the shit.
Yeah,
I'm telling
It's
you.
not on Apple. Yo, WWE, drop the shit. Jim Johnson, not Jim Johnson.
No, he's fired. He's gone. Out of here.
What the fuck was that? Yo.
Oh no,
Oh
Sean!
my god.
Yo. Oh man, but no, that was a good highlight for Monday.
That was great.
But then, kind of going to what I first want to talk about is the fact that Logan Paul's now in that match out of nowhere.
We got a lot to talk about. We're going to leave the Forbidden Door and AEW stuff for the end because it's very interesting. Wrestling this week has been interesting, but yeah, let's start there. I think that's a beautiful way to start, is this update for Money in the Bank that I don't know how to feel about, but continue.
See, when they announced that he was showing up on Monday, I'm like, that's kind of obvious. He's not going to challenge Seth because he was supposed to do the whole...
Oh, you saw it coming.
I thought he was
Yeah,
gonna
I saw
challenge
it
that.
coming because it's like, it's either one or the other. It's like, one, you go on a regular Raw, which I don't really think you're going to do, and challenge for a world title match.
No.
But you never know. Or you do that. And I was like, it's not going to happen. But then he shows up starts talking on a ladder. I'm like, there we go.
Yeah, that makes
There
sense.
we go. So, yeah, no, I mean, it's going to be fun. There's going to be some highlights, especially because the fact that Ricochet and him are back in the same ring again. And we
can
already
do
know what
that
they did.
cross-body thing again.
Imagine only on a ladder.
Shout
On
out
top
to
of a ladder?
shout out to the Sour Discord, but I'm on there sometimes for Monday Night Raw because it's it's funny being on there for the events, and my thoughts exactly. Whoever said this, I'll fucking pinpoint it. But somebody was like, "This man Logan Paul is on a ladder," and I was like, "Fuck."
You know exactly
Like,
where it's going.
All they needed to do was say that, and then they kind of pointed out to the obvious. And it's
Yeah.
like, it's not like
Yeah.
he's on a ladder, just on a ladder like a weirdo. But then again, it's like right under both briefcases. I almost thought he was going to grab the women's one. I'm about to be like,
That'd be funny.
Listen, as a certain Scotty, I want you guys' opinions, obviously, because that's what we're here for. We have a microphone, we give our opinions,
What
and
do we
people
got?
love our takes.
Give me all you got.
As a Sean guy, I love him in the Money in the Bank ladder match. As someone who is scared that he will win the briefcase over LA Knight, I don't love it. A lot of people pick this guy as a favorite to win now. And then, you know what, bro? Kudos to WWE because it's making it interesting. It's not
No, it
making
is.
it easy to call now. Before it was kind of like it's LA Knight or the runner-up. If we set up the Vegas odds, which I think we could have, we would be pretty good at. I would put Damian Priest right after. You know what I mean? Like in terms of who's favored most to least.
For me, it's still LA Knight.
Yeah.
I pick Logan to be a third now because at first only had a top two, which is his LA Knight and Damian Priest. But now I have Logan Paul in there. I don't want him to win. He doesn't need it.
Right.
But it's a good highlight reel because then it's like I mentioned, he can do the shit with Ricochet again where they're both high flyers technically. But in terms of winning it, I just need LA to win. But it's just
I say as a Shawn Michaels guy because the guy he's under Shawn's training. Right, like we know that Shawn isn't in the ring per se, but it's Shawn is overseeing it, and you got Shane Helms in there. I think that you said was with him.
I believe so.
So the Hurricanes training him too. That's crazy.
And this is the first ladder match for Logan Paul, which I'm excited for him. I personally am excited for. I could set the feelings and the fears aside. I do agree with Yeri. Like I think that's what you were saying. Like I think that LA Knight is still a clear cut winner. There's guys like Hooch who I don't think they're far-fetched, They think that, Logan Paul can very well win this match, and he could. But I'm going to confidently still pick LA Knight.
It's a very sports entertaining WWE move to make Logan Paul win.
Right.
But, I mean, I was on – I think we were all on the same wavelength of either it would be Damian Priest or if it would be LA Knight. And I think what they're not very good at, but with Triple H in charge allegedly now – like maybe they will cap on this momentum that LA Knight has and go with him and give him the briefcase. But I mean, I would like to see LA Knight win, but I think they might give it to Logan, unfortunately.
Yeah, and then afterwards it would be the pondering question of who he goes after.
So who in this room would bet next week's check on LA Knight?
I'll bet half of it.
Nah, I mean...
Not like literally.
No,
I'm
I
not
know,
a fucking animal.
I know.
I mean, we got the studio to pay for now, guys. I'm not.
I mean, that would pay for it for a while. Like, if we literally put that money aside and we don't touch it and we just use it to pay rent, we'd be set for like
I would put
rest
next
of the year.
week's rent on, next week's check, not rent. I would put next week's check on what I made on LA Knight. I think Logan Paul, I would like to think anyway, is it gives him an opportunity to showcase himself on another level in the ladder match.
Oh, yeah.
It gives people that. It also, obviously treats the fans. And it, most importantly, throws us off. And it makes LA Knight as the winner not so much of a, predictable finish.
Sure.
No, you're right.
It'll mean more, at least to me, right? Like,
Yeah,
I feel like it'll mean more to me now that there's somebody there who it's like, oh, you got to watch out for that guy.
And see, something that my friend over here mentioned before we got in this very place to start was, what if by some chance, hey, Logan Paul does end up winning? Then we have Roman Reigns in the house competing that same night.
That's what I do want to talk about. Let's
Roman
talk about
will
that.
be in the building.
Let's talk about that possibility. Let's talk about let's make like a fucking another branch for this, like another fucking
slight little
timeline.
transition.
Timeline,
You
okay.
know what I'm saying?
Nice
I
little
dig
branch
it.
In another universe, Logan Paul, and it might be in this universe. Let's talk.
This is the
he
worst
should cash-
timeline.
Yeah, who he should cash in on? Obviously, Roman.
I mean, if Logan does win, yeah, that would make the most sense, and because that would give Logan Roman Part 2 at SummerSlam,
Right.
Yeah.
which is
Right.
fine with
And
me because they did have a really good match in Saudi Arabia. So
Like the point that I made to him too also was that if by some chance they decide to do that, it's kind of like at the last minute where they're just like, all right, we're throwing everything in the fire. Everybody get ready to run. This is not called Roman's losing. Everybody, let's go home, because of the fact that you're really going to get a lot of shit for it. So it's like, if they were to take that route, I don't think they should, but
Big Goldie is for the full timers.
Sure.
Triple H made that clear.
Yeah.
He made that crystal clear. I think that if you go back, yes, we know that WWE goes back on a lot of shit. Let's just face it.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
But I think
They
that
do.
that would be too soon. And I think that if you're going to have Logan Paul win the briefcase, at least just to make it okay for me, have him cash it in on the big dog. Because that's a title, clearly, that they kind of said, you know what, this is the title that the part-timers can have. And I like
Sure.
that. I like that they did that.
And then obviously you have the title for the big boys, where this is the one where you go on Jimmy Kimmel and them to promote our shit. And obviously that would be the one that would look the best on him in a sense. I mean, if by some odd chance he wants to cash in on Seth, like if he wins, if he beats Finn and everything and he's still champion at the end of the night, then I'm not going to him holding that title too wouldn't be that bad, because then that would add a little bit of allure to it, a little bit of pop to it. yeah, sure, we back to a part-timer shit, but we'd have to figure that out along the way again. But
yeah, I mean, but if Logan wins, I mean, they're gonna have to do the same thing next year for Bad Bunny. It's gonna be in Puerto Rico, and they're gonna give him the belt. So it's like I don't think we need a celebrity. And I'm saying Bad Bunny's a much better wrestler than Logan Paul, of course. But like it is, I don't think we need a celebrity.
I don't
champion.
know, bro.
what?
I don't know. I just don't. I don't think we need a celebrity champion.
Here's the thing.
No, I'm saying let's get into that now. And actually, before we do that, I want Yuri to make his point, but I'm just gonna throw it out there. As a Puerto Rican, I think Logan Paul is better.
Really?
Este cabrón, coño. Oh my god.
I think Logan Paul is better than Bad Bunny. Sue me. Everybody's gonna be out there like, yo, what the fuck?
The Ricans are coming for you after that one.
Yeah,
I don't know him now.
I am more Dominican.
Oh yeah, they're definitely.
I'm not
coming for you.
saying
I'm
I'm
sorry.
not. It's not a personal thing. It's not a Dominican thing. I just truly in the ring. I think the work speaks for itself. On the microphone, Logan's definitely awkward. So I'll give that to Bad Bunny.
No, yeah. My only point in terms of that is, oh my god, that'd be pretty funny though. But they both take this shit so seriously that I wouldn't really mind it.
They
like,
do.
I know Logan Paul will probably be the one that ends up being a champion because he really wants to be a champion. He wants to be the champion too at the same time. And that'd be pretty cool because then it's like he has that accolade over Jake where it's like, look at me, I'm the WWE undisputed champion.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
you couldn't beat your last guy. But then again, it's like, I respect them more than that.
Now that you made your point, gun to your head right now. Who's better? Who's the better celebrity wrestler right now? They're both the best of all time, but
Sure, yeah.
I'm going to give it to Logan, actually.
yeah.
Way to turn your back, man. What the fuck?
I'm not turning my back. Benito's still my guy.
You gotta
but it's still
stand
like,
for something, Yuri. What is this?
Did you not see the highlight?
I'm
reels
gonna
from the
quote
Royal
Paul
Rumble?
Walker
No.
in Fast and Furious 2. Take the shirt off, cuz.
No.
Take it off.
I'm just saying my
Nah,
boy
fuck.
Bad Bunny ain't out here
Too
in no
much
Money
meat.
in the Bank ladder match.
Oh, man.
I love him. I love him.
It's going to be a nice highlight reel. I'm going to let you know that right now. It's
But
gonna
I will
be-
say, Logan Paul, we know like that's a mutual thing. Like it's not WWE saying, "Yo, you got to be in the Money in the Bank ladder match per your contract." Like
He did
this
sign a new
motherfucker-
contract. Too.
Yes.
So yeah.
You gotta
Unfortunately,
give it to him. You gotta give it to him. There's a lot of people out there pressed about it. I was initially pressed because, like I said, I don't want him to win over LA Knight, and I still stand by that.
Yeah.
But
There's
if
a
he
chance.
does, at least all I ask, cash it in on the big dog. That'd be hilarious. They fucking wrestled that in Saudi Arabia. It's not my ideal way of Roman losing his title reign, but what the fuck you gonna do? It's Money in the Bank.
No, yeah, I'm saying the only reason why I'm saying that because I'm still convinced that he's going to hold this thing for the rest of the year. There's only 6 more months left in the year, and then when WrestleMania season again,
That's
all going
true.
to Philly.
It's
By the way,
very easy. The way this thing is the pacing is on this thing.
yeah. So it's like I'm betting on that. But if they really do call that audible, and everyone really has to like pray for their jobs the next day because they just made this decision, I'm not gonna be mad either because it's going to be the shocker of the fucking century. It would literally catapult this pay-per-view as like one of the best ever, and it would really signalize the beginning of a really long overdue chapter with this championship that he's held. So it's like, plus it's like we already know Roman's gonna take like 100 super kicks to the face. So
True. I mean, I think they'll probably, if anything, they'll make him either lose it at Mania next year or right after Mania.
Mm-hmm.
Make him, because he's he's undefeated the last 3 Manias or something like that.
if he goes for 4, I really don't know what the fuck they're gonna do. He's really gonna have to come out the next day and be like, "All right, guys, I'm out. I'm
Yeah,
going on like
I mean,
a
that's-
2-year vacation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Godspeed."
Speaking of Money in the Bank, it's crazy they don't have any like odds of who will win the match. It's all kind of stupid shit. It says, will a ladder be broken during the match? No shit. Will the first person to touch the briefcase win the contract?
What is this on DraftKings?
Will John Cena confront the winner of the Money in the Bank contract after the match?
They did that. What? Okay, these are some terrible fucking
Yeah.
prop bets.
But this is on DraftKings too. So, how many superstars will physically touch the briefcase during the match? What is the maximum number of ladders in the ring at one time? Will anyone fall from the top of the ladder in the ring straight to the outside? Probably. It's fucking wrestling, dude.
obvious.
Have you watched? Will
Most
the
likely
first
Logan Paul, but yeah.
will the first time Money in the Bank ladder match participant win the contract?
They're
Probably, because
all
they're all
first.
fucking new winners. Oh
That's
my
literally
God.
a guaranteed. If you want to do that one,
Yeah,
bro,
that's a
you
guarantee.
heard it here first. We're not
can-
people that are condoning gambling,
this is how you
but
win. This is how you
shit.
win 10 grand. This is some bullshit. Will there
Bookie
be
right
outside
here.
interference in the match? Yeah, come on.
What the?
Grow up, DraftKings. We could come up with better odds than that.
These motherfuckers don't know shit about wrestling. Honestly, when we take off, I promise we will give the people's fantasy pro wrestling
Yes,
app.
100%.
We'll be very accurate with our prop bets.
Yep.
Very accurate.
Switching gears, who watched Dynamite this week?
Dynamite.
I watched part of it.
Why the fuck? Before I get into that, WWE, I'm begging, this new, I don't know why it's in my head, this new LA Knight version.
He's stuck.
I've got to be on the spectrum or some shit. I don't know.
Oh
But
my god! Is that there?
this new LA Knight version, I need it. Drop it on Apple Music. I need to listen to it at the gym. That's it. Yeah.
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 Let's see. Is it on Spotify?
No. If it didn't drop on Apple Music, it's not gonna
Because
be
I'm
on
on
Spotify.
because I'm all over the place. Is it fair to say that Bad Bunny and Logan Paul are the Stone Cold and The Rock of celebrity wrestlers?
Stop! What the fuck?
Yeah, that's, I don't know.
I like it.
I don't know. I don't know about
It
that.
works.
We're really gonna start a dialogue with that
That's
one.
not.
It works.
I mean, no, yeah, you make a point. We
Who's
just got
better celebrity wrestlers than them?
Nobody actually.
I would put Stephen Amell in number
See,
three.
yeah, Stephen Amell. He's
Stephen Amell
yeah.
was good.
Actually, takes it serious.
Who's? There's nobody close to them. They're in their own class. All those three.
No, I mean, as much as I want to think of someone, I mean, not Drew Carey. I'll tell you that much.
Not Snooki.
Not Snooki.
Not Snooki. Yo, I try to forget Snooki.
That actually
Everything
happened.
about
Yeah.
that WrestleMania was bad, wasn't
Yes.
it?
Yeah.
Wasn't that the same
absolutely
WrestleMania
was.
with Floyd?
No.
No.
That was
Floyd. I mean, actually,
was Snooki the same one? And I'm gonna fucking laugh because I really can't remember this.
Yeah.
Was Snooki the same one conveniently as Cena versus The Miz?
let's take a look.
Because that'll blow my fucking mind.
As he's finding that out, yeah,
That will blow my fucking mind.
WrestleMania 27. What match was it? Oh wow.
Oh no!
No way.
It was.
Get the fuck.
It was. Oh my god!
Yo,
I'm looking at that
fuck.
poster right now. I was like, that's really what started setting up the Rock.
Miz defeated John Cena for the WWE Championship. Yes.
And Snooki competed in
And
the
Snooki
same.
competed.
Oh my god, that is so telling.
And you know what?
Snooki is goated just because of the fact that she got a whiff of greatness.
Yeah. And she was the match before that too.
Oh my
Are
god,
you dead ass?
Yeah.
I think I remember that. Who
was-
fucking produced that WrestleMania? Who was in charge of creative?
I don't know, but that shit was
Vince.
ass.
That too.
Bro, but
Of
it
course,
just
it's Vince.
it was like not. It didn't match up with the ones before or after at all. It was so weird.
Oh, this is the same. Oh, this one was absolute trash because this is the same one where Michael Cole wrestled too.
Oh my god, we don't watch that one. Has anyone in this room replayed that?
Hell no.
No.
All right, good.
Oh, it's the last one that Edge was at too because he beat Del Rio. That was probably the only good match of the night.
Probably.
Yes, you're
I mean,
right.
aside from
actually.
seeing
Well,
that
I missed Del Rio.
Yeah, it's true. Cody.
You missed Del Rio? He's an asshole.
Why is he an asshole?
Oh no, he's kind of a dick.
Who?
Del
What did he
Rio.
do?
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't
No, he
know.
was. Yeah, he's a piece
I'll
of
explain
shit.
more later, but no, he's pretty.
Yeah, he
kind of a dick.
like almost like killed. Not I'm not killed Paige, but like she.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
they were
abused
doing
her.
drugs and
Oh, I
shit,
had
and
no
Yeah,
idea.
that's also true.
when
Like,
she was
how
when
did I
she was
forget
all
that? He
bad and
abused.
shit. That was all Del Rio.
Listeners, I apologize. That's crazy.
Cody Rhodes defeated Rey Mysterio that night as well. Big Show, Kane, Kofi Kingston, and
I
Santino
think we can
Marella.
stop. I think we
All
can
right.
stop.
Yeah, we can-
I
we
think
can just-
I think we can just stop. That's fucking crazy.
Adrenaline.
I can't believe they
in my
served us
soul.
that.
Something, Cody Rhodes.
No, we could.
Real fucking humble beginnings for
yeah.
for
Yep.
Cody Rhodes.
Oh no,
Holy
we have to go
shit.
back and be like, "Whoa, there goes Cody Rhodes." Yeah, then we gotta go back to that.
That was at that WrestleMania. Yep. All right.
Good grief. Well,
Hold on. Why? That was what I was gonna ask. Why the fuck did CM Punk come out on Dynamite and did the whole "I'm not even supposed to be"?
he did the Clerks line, yeah.
Why?
Just to fuck with the internet, just to be a dickhead. Which was
he
honestly,
really
I
was
thought
being-
it
I'm not even
dickhead.
supposed to be here. I'm a collision guy.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
gangster, but also like why?
be a shit stirrer.
Yo.
You know, that's what he is. That's what he does. You know. I you know what, as much as I've talked not bad about him, but how I've been disappointed lately with him.
We've
that
had
was funny.
we've given him tough love. He's our
Yes.
favorite son.
Exactly.
He's our
Yeah.
favorite son.
Yeah.
See, I realized that this weekend. I realized that this weekend when I watched Collision, And Zov was like, yo, like looking at me like, yo, I thought you didn't like this guy.
yeah,
no, I love
Jenna-
this guy.
yeah.
I'm just mad at him.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's-
Like,
He's being a bastard.
and on the last episode, let's be clear. Like, don't get it twisted. I'm very, like disappointed in the fact that it's been 2 companies now that you fucking act the fuck up, and it's selfish because we miss you. You know what I
He
mean?
still robs us of Kenny. I mean, who knows? But he still robbed us of a Kenny Omega Punk match.
He robbed us. He robbed us of a Kenny versus Punk match. He robbed us of. I still to this day think he should have faced Triple H. I don't know why he was so upset about that. And I'm not pulling that out of my ass. He said it on the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh no, time out on that one. Now, when you mention both those names and how he hasn't wrestled, both of them might never do it. Well, obviously he's never wrestling Triple H, but the whole not wrestling Kenny thing, kind of like the same light. It's like, bro, are you doing this on purpose? Like, is this a thing where you're like, I gotta do something stupid, I gotta act up so I don't have to face this guy? Like at some point in time, I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
Why?
are you afraid of them? Are you afraid to look stupid in front of them? Like,
It does look. Yo, Yeri, I'm not gonna lie. That's a hot take, but I agree. I honestly agree. Like it does look like that.
Like, we really need to start a dialogue on that. Like, what the fuck?
It does. I'm not
Nothing,
gonna lie.
yeah.
It does look like that. Gary's not gonna like
No,
it.
Gary
It's a
won't like
very
it.
hot take. A lot of people won't like it because one thing I realized,
You have
And
to let that
this
one
is-
marinate.
Oh,
Huh?
we gotta
Yeah.
let it marinate.
Let it
Yeah.
marinate a little bit.
but that I truly think I still to this day, and this is what we do. We go on like little fucking side adventures and go down rabbit holes because no other fucking wrestling podcast does it. So why not?
We are who we
I
are.
think CM Punk versus Triple H would have been amazing. I thought about it today as every Thursday we do this and we think all day and we think of what to bring to the table. And I thought about this and I'm like, yo, that would have been so ahead of its time in terms of long-term storytelling. We know that WWE does long-term storytelling like the best right now, and it's crazy, right? That would have been ahead of its time because when you think about it, at that time, what was it, 2014, 2015 that he was leaving?
Yeah.
That he left? That storyline with Triple H would have been boiling from 2011.
11 about yeah. Because that's when Nash was still with the company, and I remember those two were going back and forth.
Yes, either 2011 or 2012, but
Yeah.
it would have been brewing for fucking 2 or 3 years,
Yeah.
and that's where Hunter's head was at. It wasn't like and I remember the podcast. I don't know if you guys remember listening to it, but CM Punk's exact quote, and I remember was,
the one with Colt.
I don't need to face you, you need to face me. That's what he said to Hunter. And it's like, he was in a room with Hunter and Vince. I don't know if you remember. And he was like,
Yeah.
he looked at Vince. He's like, no offense, but I don't need to face him. He needs to face me. Like, bro.
He's got an ego for sure.
He has a
big
fucking
old ego.
huge ego. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the words of Beyonce, yes, he has a big ego.
No, I think she was referring to something else, but we're not gonna
True.
go
Yeah,
there.
we won't go there.
Innuendos.
Like, I mean, if you hear the fucking chorus, you really are like, it's too big. Like, oh no, bitch, you talking about a different ego. But yeah, that's for Legit After Dark. Stay tuned.
Coming soon, Patreon.
Oh yeah,
We will. Yeah, we will. We got some stuff.
shit. But yeah, no, that's gonna be fun. Like, that was fun seeing that match because I got to see bits and pieces of it. Like, it was kind of eclectic to be like, oh, you're putting freaking Jay White, Juice Robinson, and Samoa Joe on the same fucking team. That's like,
Oh,
it's
we're
weird.
diving into Collision now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I thought that's what
fine.
we were. I'm
That's
sorry.
fine.
Kind
No, you're good. You're good. I was going on a rant about what the what could have beens from Punk.
Yeah.
And to segue into Collision, yes, like the first thing we got out of Collision was the Punk promo. Did we enjoy it? I loved it.
Yeah, I mean, the
was
shots he
straightforward.
took were, I mean, they were funny.
You know, my man was like,
They were like, okay, they were.
He took them at some guys that we all know I love very,
Yeah.
very much, and I've been siding with them from the beginning, respectfully. And it's not to be a mark, and it's not to be biased, because those who know, I was the biggest fucking. I still am. I'm a huge CM Punk guy, but what's right is right, and it doesn't look good when you had drama in another company, and then you come to another company and you have the same type
Same
of
bullshit,
drama.
right?
But with that said, yes, now at this point, I'm kind of stuck in a position where I'm like, yo, you know what? If he's going to come back and be gangster, and the point that we were making last week, we all agreed, like, he should be a heel.
And he took the
he gave
thing
heel
off.
vibes in Chicago. He took the fucking,
Yep.
he took the AEW logo box thing off the mic, and that's something he did when he had his heel run in WWE with
Sure
The
did.
Rock.
Yes, sir. Yep.
yeah, no, he was very heelish, but then obviously he did a babyface thing by coming in for the save this week.
Yes.
Who did you save?
So maybe he's a heel on Collision and a babyface on Dynamite.
That'd be funny as
But
hell.
also, they're still in Chicago.
That's the other thing too. Yes, they have yet to leave Chicago for any of for his returns yet.
So to your point, that's the point that you made too. Like he's not gonna get he's not gonna get he's going to get some cheers,
Not
but he's
that
not
loud.
going to get cheers.
because
no.
that place was rocking for him.
It definitely was, and the fact that it's like the man packed out the United Center again tells you something. His new shirt sold out like hotcakes. I heard that the merch, well, everyone's merch afterwards, was just sold out at every single stand that they had very early. So I'm like, damn, this man got them so much merch money that fucking
Also, I
night.
want to point out there were boos for the Elite in Chicago, so we know that it's a
Yes,
biased crowd.
I did. Yeah.
Who boos the Elite?
No, fucking nobody.
Nobody
No
boos
one
the
does.
Elite.
I feel like no one. Anyway,
Bunch
I
of
mean that's the other thing too.
bitches.
Like,
If I meet someone who fucking hates
Actually-
Kenny Omega,
get out of
I'm
here.
sorry, Gary, you're a fucking mark. If you hate Kenny Omega, if you hate the Elite, I don't know. Like I don't
believe you.
know
I
what
don't
else.
believe you.
I don't
I can-
fucking believe you. You're a
believe you.
mark.
I
That's
can
it.
hear his rebuttal in my head. God, that's... We need that man back here. at
Yeah,
some
we
point.
do.
Shit.
Yeah, he
Cause some shit.
we're just all Shawn Michaels guys. You know what I mean? We have
Clearly.
different opinions, but at the end of the day, it all.
But
we
that's
all
the
kind
thing.
of-
If I feel like the only reason we all know about this whole CM Punk stuff, obviously, is because social media. If social media was around back then, when the way Sean was acting up, I bet you he wouldn't be as popular as he. I mean, obviously, it all came out later, but like we didn't find out about like.
I mean, that man was on one. Like, bro, him
Sure, he
in the
was on
late
one. That's
90s
the
and shit,
different-
I'm like...
he was on all
no,
sorts of, you know.
You were acting the fuck up.
Yeah, he was on a lot. CM Punk is straight edge and he's a dick.
Yeah, well, that's
He has
fair.
no
That's the other-
excuses.
He has no excuses.
He has no excuses.
Also, side note, how does his wife look a lot better than him, like body wise? Like, have you seen
yeah,
her?
let's have you? She looks
she's
buff.
she's in the heel show.
No, oh, that's
No.
right. She is on the heel
Heels.
show. Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. No wonder she has to keep
So
up
she
in
that's
terms of that shape.
She was trending this past week because of that. She was they released like screenshots from the,
right? Yep.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, hey, she's in shape. Why not come back?
It's been so long for her, too. It's kind of like, I don't think she's in shape. She's not in ring shape. That's one.
Sure. No, that's
And
fair.
two, I don't
once
think
you
she...
start getting if she's in heels, once you start getting a taste of the Hollywood money, and
That's what I'm
that's what's taking forever and a day to get Dwayne to come back if he ever does, is because guess what? He might have an agreement with Triple H, and we might start hearing rumors per whatever the fuck reliable wrestling source. But guess what? If Hollywood calls, that's out the window. They're gonna pay way more.
I mean, obviously, yeah, he got 2 movies already cooking.
Mm-hmm.
Probably has a third, but we'll see. Oh, yeah, no, he does have 3. He has the 2 shits with Fast and Furious, and then he has the Moana remake. But
Oh, that's right.
it's going to be atrocious. But,
Is he in the Moana remake?
yeah, no, he's going to be playing Maui in real life.
And if
That's
we're talking
right, it's real
about
life,
talking
yeah.
about the AEW side of things, like yes, Tony Khan, we know physically the Khan family has like. I'm not gonna I'm gonna throw a ridiculous number out there to exaggerate, but he has way more money than the McMahon family.
Oh,
because
1000%.
they own fucking a football team and then they own a football team.
They're
You know what
looking
I'm
to
saying?
they're looking to
Like,
buy Bellator too.
I was just
Yeah.
about to say that. If they own Bellator, that'd be wild.
But with that said, they don't have more money than movie
No.
movie studios, production studios, all of that. And if she's on Stars right now, that's only the beginning. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. But yeah, no. CM Punk, his return was great. Him coming out was also great. And then the whole fact that out of nowhere he got announced to face Kojima. I'm like,
That was today.
that was last
Oh,
night.
it was last night.
Yeah, it was last night.
But there
'cause
was
for the
nothing
bracket.
to it. That's the only. My only thing with Forbidden Door, and AEW itself does this a lot, is some of these matches and they just come out of nowhere. There's no like storyline. There's no feud.
I feel like, but for Forbidden Door, it's more so like fantasy booking that they
Yeah.
do.
Yeah,
So I
it
don't-
definitely is. That's a.
Mhm.
I don't mind that.
You're right, and I don't. And not saying I like. I mean, of course, everyone loves a good story. Obviously, Bloodline, the best fucking storyline in the past. God, what 10, 15 years?
I would say 10, 15.
You know what I mean? So of course we like a good story, but like, I feel like when the wrestling is that good, they can just tell the story there.
No, yeah, and the only 2 matches that you really need a storyline for are Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega 2
True.
in the same year. I can't wait for that. And then obviously Bryan Danielson and Okada. That is more of like, who is actually better? Who is actually the best legitimate wrestler in this fucking planet?
Mm-hmm.
Okada. But yeah,
You think so? I don't know.
That's what I was gonna get to though. Like if
that
AEW does it
stand,
once a
yeah.
year for a Forbidden Door pay per view, that's fine. If they do fantasy booking, that's fine. I don't need
No, yeah, and that's why the whole if Sting really did make that call to Goldberg,
Man,
that would have been wild.
oh man,
Am I the only one who like enjoyed the Punk promo, but then like the match, his in ring is like.
I mean,
he's toned it down. It looks like a little bit.
I mean, he
Yeah.
has to. He'll break another fucking tricep or something.
True, yeah.
Like we really have to take it easy on this man because literally, in his first time in a championship match, he got injured. I forgot what he injured, and then the second time around, when he got his title back last June or whatever, got injured again and tore his fucking tricep.
We're surprisingly in an era of wrestling where like the Miz is toning it up and CM Punk is toning it down.
Which, God, if you would have said that to me even 5 years
That's what
ago,
I'm saying.
I would have told you, just get out. And
I'm
leave.
like,
What the fuck is that?
It's like someone's
bullshit.
controlling
That's
him in 2K.
unheard of. It like back then. Now that's what it is. The Miz literally got torched by Bryan Danielson on Talking Smack
Yep.
about him being like safe, and he's safe. He's his thing is all this, and it's like it's now guys like CM Punk are toning it down, and we've seen Miz matches lately where we're like, damn.
Like I didn't know you could do that.
My boy's going through a midlife crisis. He's like, yo, you know what? I'm not gonna cheat because my wife is hot.
Yeah,
But
fair. Yeah.
kidding. But
his wife is
I'm
hot.
gonna fucking turn it up in the ring. That's how I'm gonna deal with this fucking midlife crisis.
right, yeah.
No, yeah. I mean, I've always kind of had a thing for the Miz where it's just like, God, you're just there to look pretty in a sense. And then when he tore his ACL back in like late 2020 to 2021, I was like, oh wow, that's a first because he's never ever had a
never, ever
legitimate injury or
Yeah,
injured
that's
at
true.
all.
Yeah.
Because he's always he's right. He's
And
always
that might
played
have been
safe.
what it is. That might have been what it was. He went through one thing and he was like, you know what? No fucking big deal. That's these motherfuckers get surgeries every whatever.
Yeah.
Fuck
Fuck
it.
it. Yeah. He
Yeah,
might as well
no.
try to do something fun.
Quick little Miz appreciation post, whatever.
I remember. I mean, I was always a Miz fan. I loved like that arrogant. Like that was probably some of the best stuff. I mean, even though in 2011 when he won the belt, like everyone hated it.
It was just
It wasn't bad.
2011.
Looking back,
It was a shit. Yo, it was
a shit time.
a shit time for him.
It's shit time.
It was a shit time.
for all wrestling.
It wasn't like it's not that the Miz was champion. It's that the Miz was champion in a shit time.
Yep, 100%.
Again, we were just talking about it. Who the fuck booked that Mania? You know, whatever.
I don't even.
Speaking
wanna
of that, Vince McMahon, there was a Fightful report about 10 hours ago. I wanted to bring this up. That Ricochet said that Vince McMahon is still involved and still talked into WWE Creative.
I mean, that's
So he's, which I know we always
obvious.
had the kind of maybe he is, but like I feel like now we have like concrete evidence.
What number would you put on it? Like 60-30, 60-40, 70-30?
I would say 70-20 maybe.
Jeez.
Or
really?
that doesn't make sense.
70-30.
70-30. Thank you.
70-30.
Yeah.
Oh God. But yeah, probably.
I'm gonna say like I'll say 75-25. I think that Triple H has like that much a little more than what Scotty said on creative, just because like I haven't seen, especially lately, because I think what the pattern at least shows, because I think of it like this, I'm very like, I think we all are. That's why we do this. We're very scientific and mathematic about wrestling, and I think the pattern was, like when the Raws were shit, Vince, that might have been like a 60-40 week, or when Omos versus Seth Rollins was a match.
Whenever Omos is on TV.
Yeah.
Whenever
But
Omos
now,
on TV, walk away.
the Raws the last couple weeks still have been. That's what we talked about last week too. Like they've been consistently great. So now I feel like okay, maybe it might be 75-25.
Yeah, no.
What would you put on the year?
Probably the same. I didn't think about it too much up until now, but yeah, I kind of agree with you.
That's an interesting one to bring up though, because I did notice that, and I was like, you know what, like that's interesting. Like
There
I
are
feel
some still those Vince mannerisms,
Little things here and
that
there,
pick-
yeah,
exactly, yeah. Which I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's still disheartening because he was supposed to be away, but whatever. If it is less than 50% that he's there.
At the end of
giving
the day,
advice.
like if the guy's around, whatever, as long as he's not
being a creep.
controlling like most of the show,
yeah,
I'm fine.
with his little John Waters mustache.
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
Fucking Christ. He looked like a goddamn cartoon villain when I first saw that.
Yeah. Yep. How good was MJF and Adam Cole last
Oh
night?
man,
I got to see that promo afterwards. I'm like, oh wow, you actually.
I saw it this morning too. Yeah,
It's like
Very
he actually convinces man that he was a pussy and was like, yeah, you ain't gonna face Tana. You ain't gonna face Tanahashi.
not even that. When they fucking both like joined forces
Oh,
on
it's a
Shivani.
That was great.
Shivani. I'm like,
And then
damn, Adam?
MJF after he's like, "Do you want me to wrestle weekly? What are you, some sick pervert?" I was like, "Yo,
Yeah.
what the?"
I'm like, damn, we don't need to wrestle every week, but at least show up to your job. Like he's showing
love
up to
it.
Rampage for the first time
That's
ever tomorrow.
crazy. That is
in the
crazy.
4 years that it's been around, it has not been on it.
Yeah, no, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that promo was pretty sick. It was funny as hell. It's
great.
gonna lead to us getting another match between them both for that title.
Yeah, I feel like. Oh, sorry.
No.
I was gonna say I feel like MJF has finally somewhat met someone that could keep up with him on the mic, because not
True.
the people he's faced before, not that they're not good on the mic, but like as far as being quick and just fucking with the insults, but still like really like kind of heelish. Like Adam Cole's the best at that. So I feel like really that this is gonna be a very good program, and I'm very excited to see where that blind tag team tournament goes
What
into.
is that?
I have no idea.
They're just putting tag teams together to be in a tournament to see who faces FTR at
Yeah.
some point.
It's strange, but you know what? Whatever. That's cool. I feel like when's the last time? I feel like I've never seen that before. I'm sure it's happened, but I don't remember.
I don't give a fuck about it right for now. AEW's tag team is great, but there's no like you need a good storyline to attach to that, at least one.
At least one.
And MJF and Adam Cole teaming up is a great
Right.
one. So
I was
I
saying-
hope we see at least one more like, oh shit, these two were together.
Right, that'd be fun. I was saying to Yuri before we stepped in here, it'd be funny if they got to FTR. Well, one of two things would be funny. Either they got all the way to FTR and obviously they end up falling apart and losing, or they just get eliminated right away.
I'm calling the latter on that one, just
Yeah.
because like I know that they're gonna try and
Try
make
to
it
pull
look
some bullshit.
kind of goofy or some bullshit. But
Yeah.
yeah, no. If they do end up getting all the way to the finals, it's like they're not gonna win because MJF or Adam Cole is gonna do some shit to one another and be like, yeah, it's gonna make it fairly easy. It's gonna end with a fucking what's the FTR finishing move again?
Big Rig
Yeah, it's gonna end with a big rig and yeah, just call it a day.
or Shatter Machine, whatever you want to call it. I think
Oh no,
it's
Shadow
big
Machine.
now.
I like big rig. Fuck
Yeah.
that.
I really want to get into Forbidden Door, but before I do, the weird thing that I found, and I don't know how to take it, was CM Punk coming out with the belt in the bag and not taking it out.
Yeah. So what's in the bet? What's in the bag?
It was the belt.
Yeah,
He
it was the
said
belt.
it. He said. What did he say? He said, this is mine. I didn't, I never lost it. Whoever beats, this is mine until somebody beats me for it.
Yeah.
And the fact that it stayed in the bag, I don't know, is it a work? Is it a shoot?
Right.
Because it makes me feel like it's not a work because it stayed in the bag. Tony maybe, said, hey, the real champion's on Dynamite, so you can't showcase this is not your belt. And CM Punk's ego, this is me imagining it. CM Punk's ego is like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna fucking bring it out there and I'm gonna talk my
I mean,
shit.
technically, he got stripped, so I guess he kind of did lose it. But I know he was never beaten for it. I know what you're saying.
Yeah,
That's-
he was
but
he was
I'm
never-
just saying what he said. So to me, it's like he's just kind of pushing back against Tony a little bit.
Yeah, that's fair. I guess. I mean, I don't know. We don't need another MJF though. You know what I mean? We already have that. We don't like. It was good. It was good when he was going against Vince because obviously that was at the time you felt like it was a much taller mountain to overcome. But I don't know. I just feel like Tony's not and then I love TK. Don't get me wrong, but he's not that evil mastermind that Vince was portrayed as to be. You know what I mean?
But maybe, just maybe, and this is what I would hope for, you don't need Tony to be that, evil Vince mastermind. You already have it in the multiple egos that run the place, the EVPs that surround Tony that are currently beefing.
Oh yeah, that's a fact.
Okay.
Maybe.
Sure.
That's just me hoping for the best. I mean, it doesn't make sense to me that Punk was in the same building as Kenny and them if the collision thing is really to do that. So maybe they're doing what we're hoping for, and they're actually taking this real life situation and turning it into a storyline. So we'll see.
I don't know. Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
But I definitely want to get into Forbidden Door and our predictions. Very, very excited for this one. Actually, I'm more excited for this one than the last. This is the second Forbidden Door?
Second one, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I'm more excited for this one than the first one.
100%. This one has a much more, I feel like,
There are
better quality matches.
There are at least 2 for sure, 100% guaranteed match of the year contenders on this.
Oh, 100%.
card, and possibly more. The fact that CM Punk, can somebody tell me about, before I get into this whole card, can somebody tell me about Kojima?
Kojima's a legend. I'm gonna let you know that right now. Him, Tanahashi, Minoru. The list can go on, but yeah, no, he's one of those dudes that's kind of survived the testament.
Which I guess my New Japan shit is a little limited to the guys that stand out, like the Will Ospreys and Zack Sabre and all of that all of that. But
it's just the thing is, Kojima's just one of those dudes that's kind of paved the way. He's one of those old school dudes that's kind of like, he's still here. He can still wrestle even though he's like 50 something. It's like, I think him and Tana are the same age, but I got to double check on that one. But yeah, no, it's
so AKA CM Punk's gonna have to hang with him, and that's gonna really be. I mean, what a fucking gangster for taking that match though, for real. Shout out to, I mean, like, we shit on him a lot, but shout out to Punk, because realistically, like, that's really gonna show how good he is right now.
No, it will, but I mean, I'd rather him versus Kenta.
I know
But,
everybody wanted that, but,
Yeah.
but even in that
they
situation,
never gave him
it'd
the
be
bag.
Yeah, they weren't going to pay Kenta. I think that's why he backed out. Or
But
whatever
this
the
is,
case was.
this is what. So even in that situation, it'd be the same thing. It'd be like Punk would have to show out. Like,
Right.
You'd really have to see. That's when you'd really see the rawest form of how this guy is in the ring, when he has to keep up with somebody who's
still very good at wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Not that Kojima isn't.
No, yeah, like
He's just 'cause he's
it'll be a
older.
decent match. It'll probably be like a good 10-15 minute match, but yeah, no, I still
Yeah,
give it
yeah.
to Punk on that one.
Okay. Well, yeah, it's part of the Owen Hart thing. So I don't see.
Yeah, no, I mean it's a nice match that you can add to Forbidden Door, because obviously Kojima's
Right.
part of New Japan and all that jazz, but
Yeah.
obviously started off that night on a very high note, because it would be a very good match.
So, who's winning that match?
Oh,
This is
Punk.
this is a very laxed Forbidden Door prediction show. Like, we know what Forbidden Door is for, and it's to treat the fans with some fucking amazing wrestling. But for shits and giggles, who takes this?
Oh, it's Punk.
Punk, yeah.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, I do. Because I don't, like I said, I don't see Kojima
That'd be weird if he did. but
advancing.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, because if it wasn't for the tournament, I would probably say him, but it's for the tournament. So
Oh, right.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
not a New Japan guy.
Exactly.
So yeah, it's
Yeah.
one of those. Yeah. Okay. Tony Storm versus Willow for the AEW Women's Championship.
I mean, I love both competitors, but Tony.
Shout out Willow, but yeah, it's Tony. I mean, Willow ain't got nothing to lose anyway, because she already got a title.
Yeah, she's
but
an New Japan Pro Wrestling
Strong's-
women's champion. Yeah,
the first one, too.
first one, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
For her. And I will say, speaking of Willow Nightingale, speaking of Forbidden Door, they did name drop Mercedes Moné twice during Collision. So
Money.
Yeah.
that's all I'm gonna say.
Tony's been known to add matches and all that other shit, so we'll see.
Right.
Orange Cassidy versus Zack Sabre Jr. Honestly, I feel like
Katsuyori
every
Shibata.
single AEW championship involved match at Forbidden Door is like a for sure. You know who the fuck's gonna win.
Yeah,
it's either gonna
just
be Orange Cassidy, or for whatever reason, if people think
Garcia.
Garcia, but
Probably.
it's gonna be Cassidy.
I feel like Orange Cassidy retains it, because I see, and this is just slight tangent, I'm going to go back into what we're doing real quick. I feel like the one dude that's going to beat Orange Cassidy is Miro.
Ooh.
Miro is
Yeah.
hunting for a title
coming
again,
back. He's coming
and
back.
he already held the
Yeah.
TNT championship. You don't need that shit right now. Go after that one,
Well,
because you
yeah.
haven't had that one. Work your way up. I need Miro to hold that title, but yeah, no, I see Orange Cassidy beating the rest of them, and obviously I need Daniel Garcia to be like, I'm a professional wrestler again, instead of I don't know what the fuck he's doing. I'm like, God.
When Orange Cassidy did it on
nasty.
Dynamite, I
Scaring
thought
the
it was so
hoes.
funny.
I'm excited for this like half gimmicky, half like 5-star match.
Right. It's gonna be good.
Oh yeah, no, you're gonna have Orange with the gimmick. You're gonna have Danny sadly with the gimmick, but then you're gonna have Shibata and freaking Zack Sabre Jr. just tearing each other's faces off
Yeah.
because of how good of wrestlers they are. It's crazy, but yeah.
Blackpool Combat Club, Takeshita, and Shota
Umino
versus the Elite Eddie Kingston. And I
Tomohiro-
feel like you're really good with
Ishii?
the
Tomohiro Ishii.
Tomohiro Ishii.
Yeah. Blackpool Combat Club makes sense because of who they have in it. This other thing, and
Yeah, Ishii doesn't really make much sense.
it really doesn't. I'm like, what the fuck is this? But like I was also telling him, between tomorrow and Saturday, I need something to happen to Tomohiro.
I pray.
Sadly, we're not trying to pray on someone's downfall here, but
No,
it's
there's
only logic.
There's a better option for this.
I'm praying something happens where he cannot compete, and then at the last minute, I want the Elite to come out and be like, "Oh, we're missing one more. Oh, you thought we were only going there and be a 4-on-5, bitch? You thought this is our actual fifth man?" And then it's Kota Ibushi. I'm like,
Roof would go nuts. The roof would
Kota
blow off of that
fucking Ibushi,
place.
because I know damn well Kenny did not go to Japan for nothing.
Yeah, 100%.
He went there to be like, "Hey, Kota, you wanna do this one off over here with us?"
Yeah, he
sure.
won recently, right? Didn't he?
Yeah. He's like, Kenny's not in this match, but I can do my boy Kenny a favor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, in terms of that one, I see the Elite getting their lick back.
Yeah.
And
I agree.
that would be pretty sick. Like, imagine if Claudio gets pinned by Eddie Kingston.
That'd be funny.
Then that's how they win. That should be hilarious. But yeah, I got the Elite winning that.
Yeah, 100%. You?
Yeah, I can't argue. I mean, obviously, as much as I love Blackpool, yeah, it's gonna be the Elite.
I am excited for this one. And I don't know why. And bad things can come of this one, according to the internet.
Jesus.
This is when you look this matchup, it's the equivalent to when you look up like a fucking scab on you and you're like, is this cancer on Google? And it's gonna tell you you have cancer.
What the fuck?
Jericho
Don't go to
Appreciation
WebMD.
Society and Minoru Suzuki versus Sting, Darby Allin, and TBA. The streets and the internet will tell you that you have cancer and Goldberg is coming.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
You know what? I mean,
Yo, I'm excited, but I'm not excited for that. But I am excited because I enjoyed the promo between Jericho and Sting. It's a very, like, you're surprised it didn't happen in WCW, but it's because Jericho was in a different class back then, and now it can happen. So,
yeah.
My smart thing to do with this is all the names that I mentioned in the group chat real quick earlier. It could be Naito, like
Naito,
my friend over here said.
Yes.
It could be the other dude that I mentioned. It could be Shingo. Hell, it could be fucking Yoda fucking Tsuji. Yoda Tsuji is that young kid that's in Ingobernables de Japón. But we'll talk about him at a later date, so I can introduce that. But if it ends up being Goldberg by some odd chance,
well, yo, I don't understand the fascination with, like, just putting Goldberg in, like, random AEW situations.
just
Like, I
to
remember
troll-
before it was
it's
like
jokes.
it was like yeah, it's the internet thing. But I remember before the funniest one was like, oh, Bullet Club Goldberg. Like,
my God.
yo, what the fuck is wrong with us for real? Like,
I don't know who said
You know
that?
what?
the internet.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna side with the internet. I'm gonna say, give me what I want. I want to see Goldberg. Just because I said to Yuri earlier, I feel like he will bring a lot of eyes, whether it be good or not. Who knows? I just feel like that. I mean, he wouldn't be accepted. I know that he would probably get booed for the first time. Well, maybe not the first time in his career, but at least
Goldberg.
yeah, just give it to me because just to say fuck you to WWE. Yeah, it's WWE.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, my wild ass fantasy pick would be Goldberg. I'm not gonna hold you, like,
Yeah.
especially now after reading that potentially he could have signed or is interested in signing with them, but it's just like,
Of course, he's interested in signing. Well, he's not gonna be going back to WWE. He needs a paycheck.
I mean, true, but still.
This is the most random one on the card, and CM Punk versus Kojima is on here. Sonata versus Jungle Boy Jack Perry for
Sonata
the
was talking some shit.
IWGP World Heavyweight Championship.
Oh yeah, no. Even Sonata agrees with us with that. This is the weirdest match ever.
Very
like
weird.
it really shouldn't make sense. And I'm sorry, this is not a dig to Jungle Boy. If he ever were to happen to hear this, I
And we know,
actually believe in
we
you.
know he is. He's listening.
Yeah, that's also true. Yeah, we are the best. But this match should really not be happening. When Sonata mentioned that he was doing an open challenge, I was expecting someone a little bit bigger, heftier, a big boy to kind of take the reins.
Maybe a Wardlow.
Yeah. I said Wardlow. Hell, it could have been Adam fucking Cole.
Could have been Adam Cole, maybe.
It could have been Adam Cole. Adam Cole could have gone on the side quest and been like, let me go see I can take this guy's title.
Yeah.
See what happens there. But no, it was Jack Perry. And I'm just like, I hope it's a good match. I hope it surprises me. But I'm still betting on Sonata to win because Sonata's not going to just come up here to fucking lose.
I'm gonna rewind and push back. Say I don't think it should be Adam Cole because he's on that hot streak with MJF. So I don't think losing right for him.
Yeah,
right
you're
now
right.
It would be good. But I agree with you. It should not be Jack. It should be someone else.
Yeah, like for crying out loud, it could have been Jericho. That was my fancy
Right,
because
you said
I heard the street saying that it could have been him.
Yeah,
That would have been fine.
But yeah, no, in this case, to pick out one of the two, I'm picking Sonata, hands down.
obviously, yeah. MJF versus Tanahashi. We know who's gonna win that.
Of course,
I'm
yeah.
just looking forward to it.
It's gonna be funny because I think Tanahashi's gonna try to make him actually wrestle, and he's just gonna be like, no.
Bryan Danielson
Woo.
versus
Okada, Kazuchika Okada.
I was having trouble with the first name.
That's all right.
Yeah, no, the fact that good old JR said it a whole lot better than me at first, I'm like, God dang, I really had to get my shit together. But
Yeah,
inject that shit into my fucking veins.
I'm so ready for that.
Hell yeah.
It's not even funny.
Hell, even give me a Jay White versus Sonata. Not to back it up.
I mean, I don't think he would have. Just because of the fact that he signed to AEW, I don't really think he can get his bitch back. But
fair.
yeah.
Who wins?
In terms of Okada and Danielson, I already told you guys already. It's I try not to be a fucking New Japan fan, but I really love professional wrestling, and in my heart, Okada really takes the edge just by a smidge. I wouldn't be mad if Bryan Danielson won because then that'd be like, damn, you actually are that motherfucker.
He's winning, bro.
All right, so it's 2-1. It's fine. It's okay.
He
Daniel
deserves it.
Bryan, baby. Bryan Danielson.
And in my
whatever.
opinion, there's a lot of people, there's a couple fucking marks online trying to say that this shouldn't be the main event, that it's probably going to be the main event. And why is it the
not?
main event? Kenny Omega versus
No.
Will Ospreay should
Part
and
duh.
will be in the main event.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. We saw them basically beat the bricks out of each other
They
in
deserve it.
January.
They deserve
did.
it. MJF knows it.
Oh yeah, no.
Yep.
Oh, the rest of the card knows it. They fucking deserve it. No one else has a problem with it but the internet.
Yeah, no. I mean, this match, I hope it's a lot better than the first one, but that one was a utter banger. Like
This
for crying
is
out
going
loud.
to be the only title change of the night. Will Ospreay
Yeah, I
is
think
getting his
Ospreay will
link back,
probably.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
no,
true because he is signed with. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, no,
And
Will-
they'll have,
Will
and
Ospreay
it'll
gets
be,
his bitch
it'll
back.
be, there'll be a tiebreaker at some point, and Ospreay I think will take that one too, and that'll be the official passing of the torch.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Yeah.
This just popped into my head because I do pick Ospreay to win that match too. But this popped in my head. What if at the end of that match, Kenny gets jumped by Blackpool Combat Club again, and if by some chance Tomohiro Ishii is actually the fifth man and it goes to the distance and all that shit, and that match ends, what if Kota Ibushi actually shows up at that point?
I was gonna say that could be because Ospreay's gonna have Aussie Open help possibly be there.
Yeah, and then that
Was
sets
have-
up like a
yeah.
Will Ospreay and like Bryan Danielson teaming up against the Golden Lovers.
Oh God.
Oh my God! At All In, oh
Give me
my
what I
lordy
want.
Lord. Now you
Give
can inject
me
that
what
into
I
my veins because
want.
it's like every time I see Kota Ibushi teaming up with Kenny Omega, that's a 5-star match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's entertaining as fuck.
Yep.
And the storyline that's already been built to this, like
They had the show right after where they teamed up after the Ospreay versus Kenny match,
Mm-hmm.
right?
That's right. Okada and Kenny did. That's right. Yeah.
that would also be pretty fun too. But obviously that's not going to happen. But either way, it's like that's something that can segue into All In at some point because that's obviously the next pay-per-view and that's happening in like August, so it's not too far away. But yeah, no, obviously
All In is the one that's in
Wembley.
Wembley.
Yeah.
That Kenny, we're gonna get Kenny versus Ospreay 3 at that.
You think? Yeah. Possibly.
if
I
he-
mean, it's in the UK.
if he
That
loses,
is true.
if my man loses in his home country, I don't think he can really go
Oh,
back. He
that's
might have to
right,
move to
yeah.
Canada,
He might.
and we already know what he thinks about Canadians. They're all
Yeah.
assholes.
Well, that's what
Nah,
they say.
Ospreay's getting his
I
lick
said it
back.
last. I said it last week. You can't outplay a Canadian though, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Ospreay is taking the next 2 wins in this, and we don't know what it is one yet, but in this series,
So he's taking the series, you said?
yeah.
Oh wow.
Okay. I mean, not
I'm
mad
not
at
mad at it.
No.
I think I agree. He gets his lick back. He gets his bitch back. Everything is right in the world again.
Mm-hmm. But I think that's all we have, unless we have any final thoughts about Forbidden Door.
No, I just think it's gonna. Apparently, it's gonna set up something good or big for All In, according to Tony Khan. But we'll see. We'll see if that actually happens.
See.
Yeah, no, I'm excited.
I'm excited. It should be good. It should be a good pay-per-view.
Yep.
This has been the special edition Forbidden Door preview episode.
Episode 29.
You're welcome for the solid picks.
You're welcome.
We always have the hot picks and the hot takes here. At
And
Legit
again,
Heat.
home of the East Providence Later Gators, I am Jimmy Luca.
I'm LA Knight.
I am the Scotty Mac.
And drop that fucking updated LA Night track, please. And thank you.
Yeah, drop my
Yeah.
shit. Drop my music.
Drop the music. Later, Gators.